Good evening everybody and welcome to Delta T Racing. This is Division 1 and I am Nellboy. I'll be your commentator for tonight. Welcome to Azerbaijan for race 2 on the DTR Season 2 calendar. It's great to be here. We at the moment have 14 drivers, so not quite a full grid. We might get a couple that join in a little bit later. Hopefully that won't cause any issues with the lobby, but we'll wait and see. So as I say, welcome to Azerbaijan. Let's say the first Grand Prix here was in 2016, so the inaugural race. I believe it was called the European Grand Prix as well. It didn't actually have its own title then. But ever since then it's been a regular on the calendar, and I say good to be here. Some good racing, some good tight sections. We've also got the castle section that can be a make or break depending on obviously not to go side by side through there, but we've seen a fair few accidents in there. Okay, so just looking, I mean, we're going to follow around with Prince. Prince now no longer a reserve driver. He's taken a full team drive at AlphaTauri. So it would be interesting to see how Prince gets on throughout the season. Let's follow him on board for a bit. Just coming up through the castle section. So very easy to run wide here and invalidate your lap. Certainly on the outside there. And we're coming up through the fast turns 13 and 14. And it'll be hard on the brakes here into turn 16. And then downhill to the left, turn 18, and this is where it makes a difference. This is the start of the straight. This is where you get all of your speed down here. So it's overtaking opportunities are plenty with DRS and ERS. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. Hopefully we'll get a good action-packed race. So let's get the map up. It's one thing I haven't done. You can see where everybody is. So yeah, following on with Prince at the moment on his fast lap. He's not the first one out. First one out, I think, is Michael. No, we're looking at Chalkers will be the first one out on his medium tyres. A slower car in front of him there. Hope he doesn't cause him any issues. I think he's far enough ahead through the castle section. Okay, just following the Chalkers at the moment. He could actually get a nice tow down the start finishing line here. Could actually work to his advantage. Okay, so here we go. He'll be the first across the line to set a time. A long straight here, you're waiting for the finishing line. Broomer actually ahead of him with a 140.022 and Chalkers 139.1, so absolutely shatters that time there. Who is next? I think Wesley's going to be next across the line with a 138.840. Benny just behind him there, 43.5. I don't think Ben's had a lot of chance to practice yet. Prince aborts that lap. Michael goes into P3 with a 139.541. Let's have a look. Who do we have? Invisible. Stein now starting his... Stein goes up into P3. Completely missed that with 39.2. Bossmott's up into second place. I was trying to catch him, but he shot up the list before I could get to him. 138.9. So good lap there by Bossmott. So currently at the moment we have Wesley in provisional pole with a 138.840. Closely followed by Boss Moss who are 138.938. So they're the only two drivers currently in the 38s. But certainly would not put it past Shabby here to also put it up into the 38s. And he does 38.5, provisional pole by 0.3 of a second. A cracking lap there by Shabby. Okay, so who else do we have? We have Wazza. We'll go on board with Wazza for a bit. I think Invisible is probably just... yeah, Invisible's just up the road. But Wazza, a Division 4 driver, he's reserving tonight. Has really good pace over one lap. Really good pace over one lap. And he's actually getting much better in the races as well. He's very much a threat for the title in Division 4. Doesn't have the best of luck. Sometimes just needs to sit behind a car rather than going for a gap as well. But it's all a learning process. But Invisible here getting a nice toe off the back of Mamba. We go, so Invisible now onto his first flying lap, so through turn 1, nice there. Through turn 2 onto the back straight, it's the first DRS section of the track. Approaching up towards turn 7, then we've got the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 castle complex, basically the old city walls there. Here we are, so through there, taking that nicely. Kept all 4 tyres, or kept 2 tyres just within the in the racetrack there, so didn't invalidate, so it'd be interesting. Wesley there, we're 138.526, so puts himself provisional pole, just pipping Shabby at the moment. Sorry Wesley, I missed that lap, I didn't realise you were on another flyer. Here we are following with Invisible at the moment. We'll see what time he can put down. And Wazza just behind him as well. Concentrate on Invisible, and he pulls into the pits. That doesn't set a time there. Let's have a look with follow on with Wazza, see what Wazza can do. .39.6, that's a good lap by Wazza actually. 1.1 seconds off Wesley, but there are 3 class differences between these drivers, and it's certainly putting Wazza in the mix there. So yep, good lap by Wazza. Who else do we have out? So Wesley's the only other one out, but I think he's going to be coming in. Can't see him doing a 3rd flying lap on there. We are then... we have Bruma is going to be the first to cross the line to start his 2nd set of flying laps. So I think they're going to go for 2 or 3 flyers here, whether they'll mix and match on tyres. We'll bring that up actually, just be interesting to see what tyres they're using. Everybody now out on the softs except Clarkey. But I think Clarkey's going to join a little bit later. So he'll be with us certainly for the race there. And Bruma, turn 3 there, looks like he's overshot it a bit, so he'll obviously back off on this, recharge his battery and go again. Meanwhile, who do we have just behind? Michael's on his outlap, so Chalkers will be the on his flyer. He's got a purple middle sector there, or first sector, sorry. The Chalkers was the winner of our round 1 race in Mexico. quite a dominant performance from him. In all fairness, unfortunately he's invalidated there. That's how easy it is. Just go a little bit wide, and that's your lap done and dusted. So interested to see if he's going to go again. Benny's on his lap just behind there. And there he is, moving out of the way for Prince. So Prince with the purple sector 2 there. Prince seeing if he can build on his 5th place at Mexico. They're currently obviously 5th in the standings. Here we go. So Prince is going to cross the line and put a 1:38.8. So now 4 drivers down in the 38s. We've got obviously Wesley 38.526. Just behind him, Shabby of 38.580, then Prince Killer 38.898, and Bossmott's 38.938. So they're the 4 drivers currently who've dipped under the 1:39. So let's have a look here. We've got a nice bit of teamwork going on between Broomer and Member there, giving themselves a nice tow down the straight. It's can be worth a good few tenths here. It's very, very powerful slipstream under DRS with ERS as well during the race. So we'll see some overtakes, I think, down there. Also likely to see some bumping and barging going into turn 1 and turn 2 as well, where people just aren't prepared to give an inch. So Shabby across 38.341, just caught the end of that Shabby cracking lap, so it puts himself now 0.2 of a second clear of his nearest rival. Wesley now on to his hot lap. We are going to follow on with Chalkers. I'm not sure if Chalkers is going to... No, he's backing off. Did wonder if Chalkers was going to do 2 flying laps. But obviously decided against it. So Prince, I think Prince is going to come in after setting that lap. Certainly backing off, so a fresh set of boots on for him there. Invisible. A 39.759 for Invisible. Currently 11th, but he's put himself a time on the boards, got himself a marker. Let's have a look, see who else we have here. We have Member. Plus 6 seconds, so he's not on a fast lap there. We then have... Who do we have next? I think it's Bossmott's is the next car on track. Closely followed, I think there's Wesley behind him. It is indeed Wesley behind him with a purple middle sector, so we keep our eyes on Wesley there. I think he could be about to improve on his time, whether he's going to dislodge Shabby, but so far the Alfa Romeo's first and second. We do have 2 defending champions. Bossmott's there working his way up into 3rd, and Wesley 1:38.370, just behind his teammate there. But yeah, as I was saying, it's the Alfa Romeo got a very strong lineup this year. Shabby 2K, who's probably one of the best we've got, and last year's Season 1 Class A, as we were then, so obviously Division 1 champion from last year. And we've got Wesley, who was Class B champion, so Division 2 champion, but also did really well when he reserved in the Class A. So you know, more than capable driver, and obviously here looking at the moment, 1st and 2nd. So Invisible's going to come into the pits. First person on that out lap is going to be Michael. You keep an eye on Bossmott's and Wesley, but I don't think they're doing a second lap. But we'll just have a quick look. But no, Bossmott's invalidated, and Wesley, I think that's backed off. I certainly don't think he's going for it in this final sector. So if that's the case, we will follow with Michael in a moment. And so he is on his out lap. Currently in 9th place at 1:39.541. Again, Michael, very capable driver. A regular in our esports team, who may I say have been doing very well recently as well. We do have another race coming up. I think off the top of my head it's this Sunday, 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm sure we'll send a communication out on that. So yeah, Wesley and Bossmott's pulling in. But yeah, we've got the esports where we take part. It's 2 drivers taking part against another 10 racing league. So I had the best of luck in the first couple of races, but in strong positions, and for one reason or another we haven't quite got the position that deserved, but certainly clawed some points back in the last race. But yeah, be looking forward to that. It's always good to watch the best of the best out there. So here we go, Michael now onto his... It's going to be his last final lap. He might get another one in, but certainly not really going to want to take a 2-lap old tyres into a race. You need to stretch them as far as you can, but sometimes you don't have a choice, you've got to do it. So yeah, we got Michael out. So first sector, and coming towards the end of that. Into sector 2, sorry. So 0.229 down. It's an improvement on his current lap time. Okay, so here we are through the castle section. With Glean, this is the one, and how was that not an invalidation? Okay, well, fair enough. Let's see what time he can put in. Going down onto the long straight now. So we are Michael coming across the line with a 38.8, jumps him up in a 3rd place. A cracking lap there from Michael. And puts himself right up in the mix. Obviously everybody behind going to be on their fast laps, which I'm trying to find. I think Benny is the next one. Looks like he's going to abandon this lap. He does indeed. That's unfortunate, Benny. So Wazza, let's have a look at Wazza. He's 0.312 up on his time. So he's looking at 39.3, 39.2. Good, forced his way up into the top 7 or 8. 39.4, so didn't have the best final sector there. So that's a shame, he could have moved himself up. Let's have a look. Chalkers will be the next to set a time. So 39.1 is current time. See if he can dip into the 38s. He does indeed. 38.1 takes provisional pole position. Cracking lap by Chalkers. So he started on the front row of the grid in the last race, and looks hell bent on doing the same here. So Shabby looks to have eased off. Oh, we had an incident there. Looks like Mamba was trying to get the toe on the back of Shabby as Shabby was entering the pit, so that is a real shame. I am losing everything going on now. Sorry about that, Broomer. And that's it. That's qualifying finished. So Chalkers takes pole position. Fantastic lap by him. In second, Shabby. Unfortunately retired at the end there. I think there was a collision with Mamba. Not sure if anyone's to blame there. Obviously Shabby going into the pits, Mamba getting a toe and going flat out. But unfortunately then we got Wesley in 3rd place, Michael 4th, 5th Bosswatts in 6th, Prince Killer 7th, Clarkey, who joined late but put in a good time. 8th Mamba, 9th Benny, in 10th Stein, 11th Bruma, 12th Wazza, 13th Invisible, and in 14th, not setting a lap. Unfortunately, had a qualifying ban for today, but BT Nuts. We'll see how he gets on in the race, starting from the back. Obviously, he's going to be in a good position to avoid all of the potential carnage in front of him. But look at that, Michael on the mediums as well, Clarkey on the mediums, Stein on the mediums. So we've got a bit of a mix there in the top 10. Certainly put the medium runners on a slight advantage, depending on if we get a safety car. But yeah, so the walk through the grid again. We've got Chalkers in pole position, so congratulations to him. 2nd Shabby, 3rd Wesley, 4th Michael, 5th Bossmot, 6th Prince, 7th Clarkey, 8th Mamba, 9th Benny, 10th Stein, 11th Bruma, 12th Wazza, 13th Invisible, and at the back of the grid in 14th is BT Nuts.
With the drivers currently lining up on the grid, it's almost time to begin today's race event here. We're on the winding streets of Baku. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line.
Okay, welcome back. Apologies about that, bit of a mic problem, but yeah, just following BT Nuts at the moment. Seems to be a little bit far back on the warm-up lap, on the formation lap, so certainly Chalkers is not going to be happy about that, because he's going to have nice cold tyres now. And so BT Nuts. Okay, that's far too slow, BT. You need to keep up with the traffic in front of you. Slightly behind, but Okay, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are out, and away we go. So Chalker's keeping the lead there. I'm just keeping a quick what's happening behind. I don't think there seems to be... Nope, nice clean first corner. That's very good to see. So, yep, not much going. Prince and Bossbot's having a bit of a battle there. And then just behind, it seems they're all bunching up going into that corner. So it should spread out a little bit now. So we should hopefully be past it. But Broome had a cracking start, made up 3 places at the start there. Wazza also making up 2 places. Biggest losers out of all of those were Stein and Benny, who lost 2 places each. But it seems the top 7 have actually maintained their position. And Chalker's looking to stretch his legs a little bit out front. And so soft runners should have an advantage to start with. So just get those laps in. Be interesting keeping an eye on Michael. Little tap of the ball there. Hopefully he hasn't got any damage. He seems okay, but you never know with this this damage model. And it looks on the outside that you've got no damage, but you're driving a car with red barge boards. It's can be a bit strict, to be honest with you. So here we are. We have Michael now in the slipstream of Wesley. Virtual safety car. Who have we missed? Bossbots is out. So we have a first virtual safety car. Not sure what happened to Bossbots there. He's not having much luck today. But Shabby then decides to get rid of those mediums. Let's get the tyres up. Tyres. Interval position change. There we go. Tyres. So yeah, chaining onto the mediums. So Bossmots with an early retirement. Brings out the only a virtual safety car. So not quite changed into a full safety car. Fingers crossed it won't. I'm sure there's still plenty of time for more safety cars, but yeah, looking at the moment, Chalker's with a 2.2 second lead over Wesley, both on the softs. Then Michael, 3rd place, just about half a second behind Wesley there, and then shadowing them we have Prince and Clarkey as well. So we are go again. Virtual safety car is in, and Prince, oh Prince. That's unfortunate for Prince, just got a little bit too much. But we're racing on. There's certainly no virtual car or safety car there. But they've cleared it away quite quickly. So not a great start for Prince there, bless him. But we've got Michael got past Wesley as well. So I missed all of that trying to look to see what happened to Prince. But Michael looking good on those mediums. He got himself past Wesley. I wonder if he might have. I think he took the slipstream down the start-finish straight, which is so powerful here. If you can keep yourself within the DRS, you've got a really good chance of making that overtaken to the inside of turn 1 or the outside of turn 1. Depends how brave you are. So Wesley dropping back ever so slightly. I can't see those softs have got off yet. A couple of laps in quali, 2 laps, 4 lap hold. Should get a bit more out of them yet. Well, keep an eye on that, but also at the back we've got Stein just behind Wazza, and behind him we have his teammate Invisible, and then BT Nuts working his way up from last on the grid, currently up into 9th. A good start from BT there. But yeah, at the front looks like Wesley, he's dropped out of the DRS. Chalker's there with a 42.2, beaten by 41.8 by Michael, so could be a battle of the McLarens after looking so strong at the beginning with the Alfa Romeos. It seems to have turned in McLaren's favour. But we've got Wazza and Stein here having a little bit of a tussle, and Benny there got himself past Mamba. That was a good move there. Go back and we'll keep an eye on Wazza. I've said before, for quick driver Wazza really does have good one-lap pace, and he's managing to transfer that into the race now as well. So he's certainly one to watch for this. He's going to be there or thereabouts. It's just whether he has a bit of bad luck or what we call a Wazza moment, where it's a bit of a brain fart, I suppose. But we love you, Wazza. So yeah, fairly spread out at the moment. We've got Mamba just behind Benny. I can see them probably swapping on the start-finish line again if it stays like this. But Chalker's being reeled in ever so slightly with Michael. So gap down to 1.2 now. Michael has pulled out a 1.5 second lead already on Wesley. Fourth place we've got Clarkey on the mediums, and starting on the mediums, so he's in a good position there. The early pitters we've got Shabby, Benny and Member, currently down 10th, 11th and 12th, but they're should be able to take their tyres a little bit further certainly than the front two, but it's just Wazza there making a move on Stein. This looks like a good, nice, giving each other a lot of respect there. Wazza is now going to come under pressure from Invisible, but he hasn't given up on Stein yet. And Stein hasn't given up on Wazza. This is a good battle. They've been good so far, giving each other room. So Stein just had a bit too much there for Wazza. It's a good 3, 4, 5-way battle now. Chalker's down into second. I'm not sure if he's let his teammate pass there or whether Michael just had superior pace, but I'll try and keep an eye on this here. So we've got 5 cars now, and there's a move there. Was that Shabby? Shabby's eager to make place. He's back up into 9th now. Invisible hitting the wall there, so that's going to be end plate damage for him. I think Invisible's going to struggle a bit to go through this left-right with a broken wing, but it depends how badly damaged it is. But Shabby, here we go. ERS, DRS could be a double overtake. Oh, it was a bit of a late move there. Nothing too bad. I think Wazza was trying to pit, pulled across. Obviously Shabby had gone for the inside line. And Stein, with all that going on, has managed to pull himself out just a small gap, small enough gap, 1.5 seconds on Invisible, just enough to break the DRS. But this is going to be a good fight here. But Chalker's not giving up at the front either, looking at that. And so he's keeping himself within a second. as soon as I move away, something happens. Shabby looked like he had a bit of a moment there. Has he got wing damage? He's not got a damaged wing, he's got no wing. So right, keep an eye on Chalkers on his teammate. Can't see he's going to make a move there. Mamba now past Shabby. Shabby struggling with the broken front wings. Not been Shabby's race so far, but so 20 laps still to go, including the one we're on. I still wouldn't put it past him to put himself up into a good position. But Mamba now closing in on Benny. It's good to see Benny racing. I think it's his first race of season 2. So he's been very busy. He's also one of the best commentators, if not the best commentator I've heard out there. He's a great asset to DTR. It's wonderful to have him here. Hopefully one day in the future he'll be able to do some commentary for us. But if you're ever at a loss, watch some of his Formula 2 videos that he does. They're very informative and very well put together, as you would expect from him. So, good to have you here, Benny. Yeah, it's the closest we've got at the moment is Mamba just behind Benny, but Michael at the front now seems to have pulled out. He's nearly 2 seconds clear of Chalkers. I think the softs are starting to go off a bit now, and the mediums coming into their element. I wouldn't be surprised to see Chalkers pit this lap or the next. Shabby has pitted and he's opted to go for the hard tyres, so trying to make something out of this race, going as long as he can on the hards. And Chalkers does indeed pit. So Clarkey pits as well. It's quite an early pit stop for the mediums, but maybe he wants to go on to hards to the end. So Broman now promoted into second place after the pit stop. Stein works his way up into third. We've got Invisible in fourth. In fifth place, Beatty Nuts worked his way up from 14th on the grid. So he's having a good race. Following at the back, Benny comes out in 9th place. Clark out in 10th, then we've got Wazza further back, and Shabby must be tearing his hair out so far today. Not gone well for him at all. But we'll keep an eye on him, see what he can do for the rest of the race. But Michael now with a 10-second gap out the front. Be interesting to see how this pans out once the medium runners come in. And Shabby's obviously going to close up a lot of places. It just depends how far he can take those hard tyres. But seen it before with Shabby, where you think you can't take tyres that long, and he always proves you wrong. He's driving around on canvas sometimes, but he manages to find grip nobody else does. But that's why he was Class A champion last year. So following with Benny, should pick up the DRS. He does indeed. I think he'll close up on Mamba. I don't think he's going to go for the move, whether they use each other to tow each other along, try and close it on Chalkers, who's 7th place at the moment on his fresh mediums. With his teammate out front with now an 11-second lead. We are just keeping an eye on Benny. We also, Beatty Nuts has closed in on Invisible, so Beatty Nuts looking to move up into 4th place with Wesley just behind him there. Obviously Wesley on the fresher medium, so should be a little bit quicker. So I can see Wesley climbing his way back up into probably 5th or 4th place, which is going to put him in a good position actually when Bruma and Stein come in and pit, but it is going to put him ahead of Michael, but obviously Michael will end up on the fresher and newer tyres towards the end of the race. So again, it'll be an interesting one to keep our eyes peeled on, but Chalker's now closing up on Wesley as well, so we've got a four-way battle going on here, with Invisible leading them in 4th place at the moment. I'm trying to keep an eye on Benny as well, because he's not letting Mamba get away from him, but I can see Wesley making a move here. He'll pick up the DRS. This should be a fairly easy overtake for him. Obviously BT will be using his ERS to try and defend, and he'll also have DRS on Invisible. And Chalker's up the inside of both of them. A cracking move there by Chalker's. Well, BT Nuts and Invisible slightly held up with Wesley overtaking them, and just took them both up the inside. A cracking move. Certainly meaning business this season, Chalker's. So, he did say before the first race that if he could sort his qualifying out, and so far 2nd at Mexico, 1st at Azerbaijan. You can't get an awful lot better than that, Chalkers. So well done, mate, and all looking good for you at the moment. So Benny's still on the back of Mamba in 8th and 9th. Oh, bit of contact there. I'm hoping that didn't break Benny's wing. They've got Clarkey now right up their backside as well, so this is becoming a three-way battle. Keep an eye on Chalkers and Wesley. I think it's going to be a interesting down the straight, because obviously Wesley's going to get the toe off of Stein, and then Chalkers is going to get it off of Wesley as well. BT Nuts just hanging in there, but I think he might have just dropped out of DRS range. Wesley closing in on Stein. This is where it really starts pulling. He's going to go for the inside. Good move there. Chalkers holds back. Stein went for the tighter inside line there, but Wesley just had a much better drive out there. But Chalkers, I can see, I think he's going to go for a move at the end of this straight. So using his ERS with DRS as well. But then Stein hasn't given up on Wesley either. This is... Chalkers up the inside of Stein. Don't take the risks, my friend. You're in a good position. And there we go, a bit of contact there. It was inevitable it was going to happen. Luckily, nobody got any damage out of that. So yeah, I'm kind of cheering on Chalkers. Obviously, he was my teammate in the Alpha season. Very good driver. We were lucky enough to win the Constructors that year, or for the Alpha season anyway, which I have to say was completely down to Chalkers. I picked up a few points, but he was, sort of picking up points left, right and centre. So yeah, I hope he does well this year. But we do have some cracking drivers in here. So Shabby, Wesley, Michael, Bruma, Invisible, Mamba, Prince. There's many. Anybody that I didn't mention, apologies there. There we are. So this is the, I was going to say the closest battle, but I'm just keeping my eyes peeled. Clarkey, I think he's going to make a move on Mamba here. He does indeed. Good move, Clarkey back up into 8th. So he's on soft, so he's on a different strategy. So should be able to pull away quite easily from Mamba and close up towards Invisible. So Chalkers, Broomer and Wesley have now moved up into second, third and fourth. So Michael's still leading by a very handy 13 seconds, still yet to make his pit stop. For a move here, but he's just going to line it up for the start finish line. Maybe use a bit of ERS, get his DRS on, try and get the move done just after the start finish line, ready to take the position into learn. And Clarkie's out. Where did Clarkie crash? Just on the left there, so he's got too much caught the outside of the curb, I would have thought, and we got a safety car. So Michael now comes in, puts his hards on, so he's going to go to the end of the race. So he's looking at 15 laps to the end of the race. The hards will definitely get him there. He's going to rejoin in the lead as well. Wesley coming in, I guess, for a set of hards as well, but never quite know. Another set of mediums, so he'll be going for mediums. Stein's put on a set of softs. Invisible double stack there, that's not going to help him at all. He's going to lose a few places there. But also putting the mediums on. Wazza comes into pit, he'll be going hard, so he'll be taking that to the end of the race. Shabby, could be a get out of jail card for Shabby here. Close up on the back of the field. I wonder if he'll go for mediums or softs. Knowing Shabby, he could probably get mediums to the end here. Does indeed go for the medium, so we'll see where that brings him out. But whilst we're watching the cars go round behind the safety car at the moment, I'd like to just deliver some sad news to the DTR community. Unfortunately, one of our friends and founding members, LaRue, sadly passed away. He has been fighting cancer for a long time, and unfortunately he lost his battle a couple of days ago, so he'll be sorely missed. He was a lovely guy, had such an infectious laugh. It's something I will never ever forget. So Coronel, if you're up there and listening, God bless. Thank you for your friendship, and rest in peace, sir. You will be missed by the DTR community, but at least you're now at rest without pain. So some sad news there, but we wish the family of LaRue, we offer all our support, and he will be sorely missed amongst friends, family and the DTR community. So okay, back behind the safety car. Michael on the hard, so he's going to be a bit susceptible at the restart to Wesley. Everybody now has changed tyres, which is obviously the sensible thing to do under a safety car, especially with 14 laps to go. But we have, at the moment, Michael leading the way in his McLaren on the hard tyres. In second place in the Alfa Romeo, we have Wesley on medium tyres. In third, Broomer, and he's also selected to go for the hard tyres. Then in fourth place in his McLaren, we have Chalkers. In fifth, BT Nuts in the Haas, worked his way up, as I say, from 14th on the grid up to fifth, although obviously 3 retirements, but still a good drive from him so far. He's selected to take the hards to the end. We've then got Stein in the Aston Martin, who's gone for the soft, so he's going to be very quick on this restart, but obviously will need to stop again before the end of the race. Benny in his Red Bull has worked his way up to 7th. He's on fresh mediums, as is Mamba behind him in the Williams on the medium. So come on, Marco, see you gain a few places here. Invisible in ninth place in his Aston Martin, again on the soft. So both Aston Martins going for soft, so they should be quite quick working their way through the field, but we shall see. Wazza deciding to go on the hard, so he'll be taking that to the end. And Shabby now in 11th, back of the field at the moment, but he will work his way up. He's on mediums. Whether he can take him to the end, I won't put anything past Shabby. I'd have thought we are looking at 13 laps. I think it's a possibility. So, safety car coming in this lap. We will resume racing. And when we do, it'll be Michael leading the way. And so the last 13, we'll have 12 laps to go at the end of this. So just over halfway distance now. 26 lap race. The Azerbaijan circuit was the longest, and well, I think it's the second longest track on the calendar behind Spa, in all fairness, and it did have the crown as the fastest street track as well, but obviously with Jeddah coming this year, that could well be under threat. So Chalker's already passed Broomer there on the restart. So I think that's the difference between the medium and the hard tyres. We have Benny going for a move there. Just behind Mamba and Invisible, also battling away. So it's trying to keep up with everyone at the moment. Obviously with the safety car it's neutralised any gaps that we had, so it should be nose to tail for a couple of laps. Be interesting, certainly the start finish line. Obviously at the moment just DRS until DRS is enabled by race control. Normally the second lap after the safety car. Keep an eye on the front here, Wesley. As I say, he's going to be so much quicker than Michael at the moment on those mediums, but then Michael's going to be quicker towards the end. Certainly have more grip when the mediums will start dropping off. Here we go, Wesley's getting the toe, getting himself in the slipstream. Obviously no DRS this early. Also not using his ERS, so I think he's quite happy to just follow, save a bit of ERS at the moment. Stein pits. Shabby up to 8th place already. What happened to the Aston Martin? So Stein's obviously coming, he's got nose damage. I wonder if they had a bit of a coming together, because they both seem to have dropped places. Shabby's worked his way up to 8th now. I don't think it'll be long before he's right on the back of Mamba. But keep an eye at the front here, Wesley, and I've missed a move there. BT Nuts and Benny battling away, going through turns 5 and 6 now into. Sorry, now into 5 and 6. Oh, I got my corners completely wrong there. That's good, no penalties so far either. Keeping an eye on Wesley. Looks like both Alfa Romeos at the moment are trying to make a move up through the field. Obviously Wesley looking at getting to the head of the field, and Shabby making his way up from what was a lowly position for him, but obviously with damage. So we now have Mamba right behind BT Nuts, and right behind him we've got Shabby. So we've got a three-way small three-way train here. So Shabby's lining up the move on Mamba. BT Nuts pulling over to the left. Does that mean he is going to pit? DRS now enabled. No, BT Nuts isn't going to pit. He's just trying to break the toe. We are 3 wide. Right, they always give you such a poor camera angle when you're 3 wide. We could have had some cracking footage there, but no. Invisible now joins the party as well. And Wesley's past Michael. Good move, Wesley. Get in there. So it'll be interesting now if Chalkers is all over the back of Michael, whether Michael actually lets him past. Obviously being on different compound tyres, going to be different strategies. But we'll see. Be interesting to see if Wesley can pull away as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. But we've also want to keep an eye on this Shabby battle. And so we've got Mamba beating out Shabby, Invisible separated by next to nothing really. Shabby past Beatty Nuts. So Shabby back up in the 7th. And on the back of Mamba, who's on the back of Broomer. So we've got the two teammates with Shabby just behind now. Broomer and Mamba swapping places. Looks like they're giving each other a tow, trying to close in on Benny, who's worked his way up into 4th. That's a great recovery from Benny. And Michael has now, I'd say, let Chalkers pass, but I didn't actually see it, and I'm missing everything. Beatty Nuts and Invisible. Seems as soon as I click off something happens, but I'm going to keep an eye on Broomer here because he's so close. He's going to make a move. Shabby's going to make a move on Broomer shortly. I can't see it being through the castle section, so he's going to have to follow my lead through here. It's either going to be late braking up the inside of turn 16 or he's going to wait until the start-finish line. I don't think he's going to wait. I think he's got so much more speed at the moment. Is he going to go? No, he's going to tuck in behind. So Broomer, I still think he's within DRS. So yeah, he's within DRS of Mamba. So we will have a dual DRS here, but with Invisible not far behind either. Shabby, a bit of VRS there. VRS on. Broomer as well with his DRS. Obviously, I think he's got more ERS. Takes a toe off of Mamba. There's some good team going on here. And Shabby drives up the inside of him. Shabby up to 5th. So you never write Shabby off with a race. I don't want to curse him now, but oh, that was close. So Broomer drops down into 6th with Mamba in 7th, Invisible right up their backside. Beatty Nuts in 9th. Also, not far out, just dropped out of the DRS zone, but he's more than capable. And the front here, Chalkers now has reeled in Wesley. So the gap was what, 1.5, 1 3/4 seconds. He's got it down to half a second. No turns for him. Into 15. Chalkers will be looking to try and get a good exit out of turn 16. And 17, 18, 19, 20 are just flat out corners anyway. But he'll be looking at trying to get into the DRS here. Will he use some ERS? No, again, I think he's... Closing. No. Gap was just too big. But if he could keep him there, he didn't use any ERS that time. I think he's going to have to jump on Wesley, but He's just taking his time. Back Member and Bruma. So I think there's a bit of teamwork going on here. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. We've got Invisible behind them now. So BT's just dropping off a bit on his hards, but he's going to be there at the end. So right, that was the wrong button. Let's try that again. So Chalker's just behind, but Invisible as well, down in 8th. He's right up the backside of Member now. I can see again trying to go for an overtake. Obviously Member will use a toe from Bruma. There we go. Chalker's lining up the move. He's going to look for the move this time. He's got the toe, he's got the DRS. He's going to go for the outside. Nice clean move by Chalkers. Wesley just tucking in behind. I think he knows when he's lost the corner. But he can now tuck in behind Invisible. Makes a move up the inside there. They are side by side. A little bit of contact there, but nothing major. BT Nuts now dropping 1.5 seconds back. Wazza out, I missed that one as well. I think that happened a little while ago, so sorry Wazza. Probably quite happy I didn't show it in fairness. So yep, Chalkers takes the lead again. So the winner of the first race is leading the second race. Pole position today. Hasn't led from start to finish, but it's only the last lap you need to lead on. But yeah, he's been very solid this year. Wesley's still keeping him honest. Obviously going to be in the DRS zone here as well, so be able to pull that down slightly. So also 46% of his ERS, so he's got a fair amount to play with if he needs to. Shabby now under 3 seconds behind Benny. We'll see if see what he can close down there. We've got 6 laps left, with 5 once they cross the line here. I still want to put it past Shabby to pick himself up a podium. Mamba there picking up a penalty. It's quite easy to pick up penalties here, in fairness, and the fact we're on lap 22, or lap 21 I think it was, before the first penalty was got, that's pretty impressive. So Member and Bruma, the 2 Williams, are keeping themselves honest there. Wesley he's not giving up on this behind Chalkers. So 5 laps to go. Keep himself there. Shabby dropping a bit of time further back to Benny, but we've got Michael in 3rd place. So at the moment, currently, we have McLaren in 1st and 3rd, with Alfa Romeo in 2nd, taking up the podium. And in 4th, Benny, currently in his Red Bull. In 5th, we have the 2nd Alfa Romeo of Shabby. In 6th and 7th, we have the Williams of Bruma and Mamba. In 8th, we have Invisible in the Aston Martin. 9th, BT Nuts in the Haas. And 10th, and the last of our runners at the moment, is Stein in the Aston Martin. Here, Wesley literally keeping in Chalker wheel tracks. Say half a second, so he'll have the DRS. Not using the ERS though. He's quite happy to save that, perhaps even, I was going to say stay behind Chalkers for a bit, but I'm not sure there was much room given there, but it was a tight angle to see it from. But yeah, no, I'm going to reserve judgment on that one. You can see Wesley was going for the move. Chalkers wasn't going to give up the place easily, and rightly so when you're in the lead. I think there was just enough room given, but as I say, without re-watching it, I'm not going to judge on that. It could be one for the stewards, or it could be nothing. But at the end of the day, it's a shame because he's dropped Wesley down into third position now behind Michael. So we've got a McLaren 1-2. And Benny as well. He's closed right in on the back of Wesley, obviously because of that, but because of that small spin at turn 1. So yeah, Benny's staying quite nicely behind us. So it's his debut for the season, so he'll be happy. Invisible out. We've got a safety car. The Invisible looks like just coming out of the castle section out of turn 12. I think perhaps he's caught that outside curb again. So we've got a safety car on lap 24. It'll have to come in at the end of this lap because it has to have 2 clear laps. So we are going to have a 2-lap sprint. I wonder if anyone's going to pit. They have. Wesley's pitted. He'll go for the softs. Interesting to see where he comes back out. Will he get out ahead of Mamba? It's going to be tight going down into that corner. I think Mamba's... yeah, Mamba's got him. But he's ahead of Broomer, so himself and so Wesley and Benny pitting for the softs. We've also got Broomer, Beatty Nuts and Stein pitting behind them. But this could be an interesting last couple of laps. But they need to close up quickly. I'm hoping they don't have a delta up. It's such a frustrating thing behind the safety car. You can be driving along and it comes up with a delta, and you just can't close that gap. And obviously you don't want to drive through this late in the day, so so yeah, this is going to neutralise it, but the safety car has to come in at the end of this lap. This will be a nice, interesting 2-lap shootout. Basically, Shabby moved his way up into third. Let's say you can never write him off. I mean, you've got the guys behind him on fresh softs now, but I still think he can pick himself up a good result from this. But yeah, here we go. So safety car will be in this lap, and the field hasn't quite caught up the back there. Broomer's a little way behind, Beatty Nuts and Stein. But Chalkers, Michael, Shabby, Mamba, Wesley, Benny are all close. I think Broomer has now just got on the back. They literally... yeah, I think they've all closed up just in time. So when is Chalkers going to go? He's off. He's gone. So Chalkers, Michael, Shabby, Mamba, Wesley, Benny, Beatty Nuts, Stein. Broomer had a moment there. He's dropped down the field. Shabby and Michael, this is going to be interesting, because if Shabby can get past Michael, I don't know if he's got enough in him to close down Chalkers, but So yeah, look at our retirement so far. Bosmot's obviously going early doors, then Prince Killer not too far behind him. Clarkey out, Wazza out, Invisible. Invisible was looking so good. I think he was on for a top 5 position. So I think he might have just literally coming out of turn 12 there. I think he's probably caught it on the outside. But it's unfortunate. But there we are. We're going to be heading on to the final lap. At the moment we've got a McLaren 1-2 with Chalkers and Michael. Chevy recovering to 3rd, and his teammate in the second Alfa Romeo in 4th. So it wasn't looking so good for Alfa Romeo a few laps ago, but they've managed to pull it back. So I'm just trying to make sure, see if anyone's making any moves here. It looks like Stein is going to look for a move on Benny. Well defended there from Benny. Benny's not going to give up the 5th place easily. Obviously on the softs, the same as Stein. No DRS because the safety car is out, so it really is a matter of you've got to make the move, stick with DRS. Beating up there behind Mamba and Broomer further back there. But let's go back to the front. As I say, we've got Chalkers, looks like he's got this under control, no penalties there either, so it's not going to affect anybody at the moment. So we are entering the castle section for the last time. Turn 12, turns 13, 14. Down towards turn 15, brake hard, left-hander, downhill section. Brake into turn 16, and you are pretty much there. I think this is going to be the order that they're going to finish in, other than we've got a yellow flag. Who is Beaty Nuts is out. So it looks like Beaty Nuts has gone between turns 15 and 16, but let's go back to the front here, and a fantastic win by Chalkers. He's 2nd in a row, so maximum points for him so far there. In 2nd place, his teammate Michael, so we had a 1-2 for McLaren there. In 3rd and 4th, we've got Shabby and Wesley for the Alfa Romeos, and Benny then coming in just after that. Driver today, Stein. Good drive from him. Picking up, I believe, the fastest lap at the end there as well. So there's Chalkers celebrating his trophy. So maximum points there for the McLaren team today. Alfa Romeo with damage limitations in 3rd and 4th. Really, as I say, wasn't looking good for them with about 8 laps to go, but that late safety car really did help them. So let's run through the finishing order. We have in 1st position Chalkers for McLaren, in 2nd Michael in the 2nd McLaren. Then we have Shabby in 3rd and Wesley in 4th, both in the Alfa Romeo. Benny doing really well there to come from 9th on the grid up to 5th in the Red Bull. Then we have Stein in 6th place, fantastic from him, 10th place up to 6th in the Aston Martin. Broomer in the Williams just behind as well, going from 11th to 7th. Then we have Mamba in 8th in the Williams, 9th Beaty Nuts. Unfortunately, he didn't finish, crashed on the final lap, but he will be classified in that. Then non-finishers, we have Invisible in 10th in the Aston Martin, 11th Wazza in the Red Bull, 12th Clarkey in the Haas, 13th we have Prince Killer in the AlphaTauri, and 14th we have Bosmots in the Mercedes. So Stein will pick up the extra point there for fastest lap, 140.278 in 6th place. So there we have it. That was round 2, Division 1, DTR, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So I hope you've enjoyed it. There were some good battles there, some good, clean, fair racing. It's nice to see. A couple of small incidents. Not sure there was anything too bad, but we'll obviously see that in the stewards' reports. So that's it from Division 1. Obviously tonight as well we had Division 5 that was being streamed live. So if you've been watching this one and you're still after more of a fix for F1, then tune into YouTube and you can watch the rerun of Division 5. Tomorrow night we have Divisions 2 and Divisions 4 at 8 o'clock, and so we have some good battle in there, especially in Division 4. There's 10, 11 drivers that can win any race there. Obviously Brandon at the moment leading the championship after winning in Mexico. But as I say, you can't count out Wazza, Little Mikey, DTR Ends, Dopey Man. There's many people there that are capable of winning a race. So I think that'll be a good one to watch. And then we finish this week's Formula 1 on Thursday, which will be Division 3, again at 8 o'clock. So tune in to YouTube to watch that. On Sunday there is Assetti Corsa, and also on Sunday afternoon I believe there is the esports race. So there'll be communication coming out, but hopefully you can join us there. Well, thank you ever so much for joining me. I've been Nellboy, and this was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I'll look forward to seeing you in round 3 in Belgium. Good night, everybody. Take care.